Hey guys, what's going on? James here, and I need your guys' help for tomorrow's video. So, I have today's video planned out, which is the video you're watching right now. I have Wednesday's video planned out, which is the final episode of the training camp journey. And it's going to be the final training camp live stream if you guys want to stay tuned for that as well. I have Thursday's video, which is the preseason week 3 preview versus the Detroit Lions. And I have Friday's video, which is the preseason week 3 review, again, versus the Detroit Lions. But I need your guys' suggestions for a video for tomorrow. So if you have any suggestions, leave those down in the comment section below. It would be greatly appreciated. But in today's video, we are taking a look at 5 players that you need to look out for in preseason week 3 versus the Detroit Lions. Now, I've kind of cheated a little bit here, and some of these, it's a couple of players, so for like, you know, for one, it might be 2 players, for another, it might be 3 players, but I think that the point still stands is that, you know, a lot of these are kind of like competitions you still need to watch out for, so I still think it stands. But, going into the first player, I guess you should say, it is Shawn Wilson and Dare Ogunbowale. Now, for both of these guys, they are facing a really tough uphill battle right now because there is arguably 4 people that the running back, you know, that the coaching staff likes for the running back position. You have Peyton Barber, who in my opinion is just entrenched as the starter. He is definitely not going anywhere. You have Ronald Jones, who was the second round pick, so you know they're keeping them. You have Charles Sims, who they re-sign, and I'm sure the coaching staff likes him because he's a receiving back and whatnot. His injury is not as severe as I thought it was. I thought he was going to be out for the season or something. I completely overreacted, but it seems like he'll be fine moving forward. And then you have Jaquiz Rogers, who the coaching staff can get really stubborn sometimes, I'll just say that. And yeah, Jaquiz Rogers is still on this team, which is fine. I don't have any problems with it. But it makes it tougher for guys like Shawn Wilson and Dare Ogunbowale because, you know, the coaching staff has guys that they like, and they usually don't really tend to get rid of those types of guys. So, again, it's kind of an uphill battle. But honestly, with Shawn Wilson, I haven't been too impressed with him lately. I didn't you know, for how versatile he was as a returner and as a runner, you know, there's been a lot of hype surrounding him, which is completely fine. And I was hyped up about it. You guys were starting to convince me. But in game, you know, he's only played in the one preseason game, which was last preseason game versus the Tennessee Titans. But I didn't see a whole lot to get excited about and make me think, oh, he has the edge over Charles Sims and he has the edge over Jaquiz Rogers. He can realistically edge one of these guys out for a roster spot. I actually saw that more in Dare Ogunbowale more so than I did with Shawn Wilson. Dare had a 30-yard grab, which I thought was nice, and then in the second preseason game, he didn't look too good as a runner. Quite frankly, nobody did besides Peyton Barber. But in the first preseason game, Dare, besides Peyton Barber again, looked like the best running back, reserve running back out of the bunch. I haven't seen a whole lot from Shawn Wilson, Charles Sims, or Jaquiz Rogers to get that excited about and make me think like, yeah, these guys deserve to be on a, you know, deserve to be a backup on the roster or anything like that. So maybe Dare can make the roster and possibly Shawn Wilson can get put on the practice squad and learn for a year. I think either one, I think if you let them go through waivers, I'm pretty sure that you'd be able to get them back on the practice squad. But if I had to pick somebody right now to put on the roster, I would say Dare, and I would probably get rid of Charles Sims, possibly, just because I want our other backs to learn how to be receiving backs, and I don't want us to have to rely on Charles Sims as that receiving back. I want our other guys to learn. I think Peyton Barber's actually been doing pretty good this year as a receiving back, so who knows? Who knows? But, yeah, both those guys, they have an uphill battle to watch out for, so keep an eye out for them for sure, because they're going to be playing a lot. The second group, is Bobo Wilson, Freddie Martino, and Sergio Bailey. Now, I know the past video, and I think even some videos before that, I was pretty much saying, okay, well, Bobo Wilson, you know, Bobo Wilson and Justin Watson, it seems like they're locks. And I was kind of saying that Sergio Bailey, Freddie Martino, Bernard Reedy, these are the guys who are on the outside looking in. Now, it seems like things are really heating up between Sergio Bailey and Bobo Wilson specifically, because in the first preseason game, I thought they both had some very good looks. I thought Bailey looked like one of the best out of the bunch, you know, to be fair to him. And then in the second preseason game, Bobo Wilson wasn't able to play. And again, Bailey looked pretty good. He obviously had a really nice touchdown grab from Ryan Griffin. And Freddie Martino did not get a lot of opportunities to catch the ball either. So, you know, Bailey's really worked his way into that conversation of you know, hey, who's going to be our 6th wide receiver? Is it going to be Bobo Wilson, you know, Sergio Bailey, or maybe Freddie Martino? I know the coaching staff has liked Freddie Martino in the past. He's made the roster before, so they might go with any one of the 3 guys, Irvin Phillips and a couple of those other guys. Frank Lampman, or Jake Lampman, sorry. You know, I would assume that they might be practice squad type guys, and Bernard Reedy as well. I don't honestly expect us to keep either one of those 3. I think right now it's down to Bailey, Wilson, and Martino, and we should be seeing them getting a ton of playing time in preseason week 3. I honestly couldn't tell you who's going to win out. I have no idea. I'm leaning still a little bit more towards Bobo Wilson, but Bailey's really convincing me, guys. Bailey's been looking great so far. I think either way you spin it, I think either Wilson or Bailey, they do have the potential to land on our practice squad if they make it through waivers. Honestly, I don't know if one of them would make it through waivers. I think one of them does deserve to be on another team, you know, if the Bucs get rid of him. I think that they could easily end up on another team and do very well for that other team for sure. But right now, Bailey and Wilson, that's a really tough call, guys. Let me know what you think about that down in the comment section below, by the way, because I've seen a lot of you guys be impressed with Bailey as well. So let me know, out of those 3, which one you think is going to make the roster. I'd like to know that. Moving on to player number 3, it's Noah Spence. Now, for this past preseason game, something very interesting was occurring. We saw Noah Spence as a pass rusher in the 4th quarter with all of the backups. And I talked with Corey Draper, the play reaction, about this, and you guys were talking about it in my comments section on the stream and then in past videos and whatnot. And we were all kind of confused about why was this happening, you know, why? What I assume, what a lot of you guys have assumed as well, is this was just trying to give Noah Spence more of an opportunities to get some momentum building in terms of a pass rusher, because we always talk about this. Noah Spence was this close to getting the sack, you know, but this close isn't good enough. You have to finish on plays, you have to finish on sacks, you have to be able to go and just finish, you know. That's the biggest knock that a lot of people have had on Noah Spence since he's come to the Buccaneers. He gets so close, and you know he's applying pressure, which is good, but it also helps to get sacks. You know, it is really nice that he's applying that much pressure, because that's really good. You know, he's a pressure machine sometimes. But in the 4th quarter, he looked a little bit shaky for the time he was playing against some of these backup offensive linemen. So moving forward, it's not a concern under any circumstances, because if he's getting pressure, that's all I care about. But sacks are nice too, so you want to see him try and finish on a couple of these sacks moving into preseason week 3. Again, Noah Spence is a wonderful pass rusher. I cannot stress that enough. He is an awesome pass rusher, and he will be a very productive pass rusher for this team. But I just want to see his sack numbers go up. Pressures are nice and all, but you know, really bringing down the quarterback. Everybody loves that, right? Everybody loves that. So I want to see a little bit more of that from Noah Spence for sure. He's had a sack. I think he's had like a sack and a half so far in this preseason. So he's doing pretty good. He's doing good for sure. So yeah, it's just something to watch out for, is his pass rushing continuing for preseason week 3. The 4th thing I want to talk about is Ryan Griffin and Ryan Fitzpatrick. Now, in this past preseason game, Ryan Griffin continued to look good. He didn't look as good as he did in the first preseason game, but honestly, you know, that's completely fine. But he looked pretty darn good. Whereas Fitzpatrick took a little bit of a step back. He looked, what a lot of people have been saying, is pretty average to mediocre and whatnot. I don't think Fitzpatrick's starting job for the first 3 weeks is under any kind of jeopardy. Maybe if he just has a horrible week 1 and maybe a really bad week 2, maybe you decide to put in Ryan Griffin, but honestly, I don't think so. I think you're just going to roll with Fitz through the first 3 weeks, which is fine. I'm okay with that. But it's still something to look out for, because you know, seeing these two battle and whatnot, because, you know, if something happens where there's a Jameis Winston, you know, something happens with Jameis, or something happens with Ryan Fitzpatrick, you know, before week 1, you know, knock on wood, I don't have any wood around me. Somebody do that for me. But if anything were to happen with Fitzpatrick and Winston, we would definitely need to start relying on Ryan Griffin a lot more, and he's looked really good. He's looked like more than a third-string quarterback. He's looked like a backup quarterback. He's looked like the guy who a lot of people assumed would make Ryan Fitzpatrick expendable last year. So I'm very interested to see what's going to happen with the quarterback situation moving forward. Backup quarterback situation moving forward. Not our starting quarterback situation moving forward, because that's going to be Jameis. But yeah, I've been really impressed with Ryan Griffin, so I just want to see those two play a little bit more. I want to see improvement from Ryan Fitzpatrick from last week, and I just want to see Ryan Griffin continue to ball out, because that'd just be fun to watch. And then finally, the last couple of guys I want to talk about are Chris Conte and Keith Tandy. Now, there has been a hashtag Cut Conte going for like weeks now in the comment section, and I love it. I think it's funny. So, you know, shout out to you guys. But a lot of people don't like Chris Conte lately. They're just harping on him. They say he sucks in coverage. He sucks in tackling. He's had some stupid penalty. He had a stupid penalty in his past preseason game, which, to be fair, I don't blame you guys for that one. But, you know, I've seen they'll zoom in the game footage and they'll say, oh, look who just missed that tackle. It's Chris Conte. Cut Chris Conte. And I think that's hilarious and everything. But I think it provides a little bit of an interesting point. And that point is you know, what's going to happen with our other safety position this year? Because Justin Evans is the starter, hands down, I'm pretty sure. We all know that. But Chris Conte hasn't, you know, I don't think he's done much to separate himself from a guy like Keith Tandy or even a guy like Jordan Whitehead, who, in my opinion, he was around the ball a ton. The first preseason game, obviously, he wasn't able to play the whole second preseason game. But I feel he's definitely got the most momentum out of those three guys right now. So I'm definitely looking for a guy like Tandy and a guy like Conte to go out there and just prove, like, yeah, we should be the starters, you know. They need to have a good game to, you know, kind of signify they're not as bad. They're not in Ryan Smith territory right now where it's just like, dude, there's nothing you can do to save yourself. Because I don't think they're doing bad. It's just they haven't been doing a whole lot of good. They've just been kind of meh. And that's kind of been a lot of people's opinions on Chris Conte is, oh, what do you think of Chris Conte? And the people who don't say, I hate him so much, they just go, eh. And that's what I'm seeing a lot of. And Keith Tandy, I love Keith Tandy. I wish... I love Keith Tandy. He's great. Dude's a ball hawk. But, yeah, so I need to see a little bit more, specifically from Conte. Tandy, I think's fine. You know, I think Tandy's fine. I don't have a problem with Tandy, but Conte, for sure, I need to see a little bit more out of him. Yeah, I'm not a coach or anything, you know, but still, I'm just feeling pretty meh right now about our strong safety position. For free safety, Justin Evans is fine, but for strong safety, I'm kind of like, meh. A lot of people have been talking about, like, oh, George Iloka, Eric Reed. Kenny Vaccaro's on a team right now, but George Iloka, Eric Reed, what's going on with that, James? And I'm like, we're probably not going to sign anybody right now. Again, we're pretty stubborn. Honestly, all things considered, Chris Conte's probably going to be the starter anyway, but there's nothing we can do about that. We're not the head coaches. I guess we could write a letter and complain. That'd be kind of funny, but... I don't know. It is what it is. But I am hopefully looking for them to improve, and you guys should too. So yeah, let me know any other players that you guys are looking for to improve for preseason game week 3. Are you looking for who are you looking for to take a step forward, or who are you looking to redeem themselves from bad play in these past couple of weeks? I've kind of given up on Ryan Smith. I know it's like, oh, you know, Ryan Smith needs to get better, but it's whatever. I'm on the MJ Stewart, Carlton Davis hype train, so it is what it is. But yeah, guys, that's it for this video. I hope y'all enjoyed, and as always, don't forget to leave your suggestions for tomorrow's video down in the comment section below, and I'll pick one of them. I literally have nothing planned. I have Wednesday's video planned, Thursdays, and Fridays. Don't have a video planned for tomorrow, so any suggestions would be greatly appreciated. Go check out the Patreon page. That's down in the description below. Go follow me on Twitter. Go follow me on Instagram. Go check out the Facebook group that we're in. You know, we talk about some stuff there. I actually need to start posting there more because, you know, it'd be fun. But yeah, let me know all that, what you guys think about all that down in the comment section below. Hope you all enjoyed this video, and as always, I'll see you in the next video or live stream. But until then, goodbye for now, guys. See ya, and go Bucs.